Welcome everybody, my name is Mr. Llamma, and this is going to be a rebroadcast of game number 1. So what we have is Ernst Young's Eleni spawning down in the bottom right hand corner. Yes, this is cross spawn only. And then BGG for Team National Instruments up in the top left hand corner. And so we casted this all live. We had all 4 games live. It was awesome, everything was great. But after the first game, there were some audio issues that I had to go fix. And so my co-caster, Quantic Laughing Man, of course Quantic's no longer around, so Laughing Man, he's now on Team Clarity actually. But Laughing Man, my co-caster, unfortunately had to leave and go to somewhere without internet. So he doesn't have internet for like these few days, so I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna recast this first game so you guys don't have to listen to any audio issues. And then game 2, 3, and 4 will be from the live cast, so you will get to see Laughing Man there. So this is a TVT, Antigua Shipyard, and yes, it is cross positions only, as I said before. And so what we see right here, just the barracks going down for both players, and we see BGG actually going to go ahead and get that wall off right there. So we'll have to see if he's going to maybe throw up some gas behind this. Very possible, because that's something a lot of times that you'll see. And it looks like he will grab gas actually, but he's going to throw it up on this left side. So something that I feel like you can do if you go for this wall off is if you could throw this gas up on the right side right here, and then when you wall in, your opponent doesn't really know if you grabbed a gas. Maybe you could just go for a 1-max FE off of the 2 supply depots instead of the 1. You could still do some things like that. So it can be a little confusing. But of course, when he just grabs this gas right here, and he blocks off, if he does decide to wall, then he could make it look like he's going for double gas or something. Regardless, getting this gas, are we going to see Reapers? I mean, what are we going to see? And actually, we see both players now grabbing a gas, and Eleni's going to grab it over here on this left side. And the thing is, they can grab Reapers now because, of course, actually, we're getting a tech lab down. Interesting. Because, of course, this is Heart of the Swarm, so Reapers now build straight out of a barracks. They no longer require a tech lab. Additionally, they regenerate life when they're out of combat. Let's see, I mean, because they build without tech lab, you can get a reactor down and then make 2, so he could start building them if he wished. We additionally they now have the move speed. Tech labs no longer have the upgrade for the move speed. They now just move at, I believe, 3.85 speed. So we may see some of that, but right now we see a Marauder out of BGG. So actually a couple Marauders now, so interesting right there. Is he just going to do some sort of Marauder expand sort of situation? Is he going to try and go beyond that, maybe add down a factory behind this? He does have a lot of gas saved up now at this point, so I'd imagine he'd do that, or he might grab a fast upgrade. I don't exactly know. In the meantime, though, we do have an expansion coming down here, so just a 1-rax with a reactor expand, and still just grabbing Marines at this point, so not really looking to add on any sort of tech yet. And command center going down, so yes, it is just going to be a 1-rax expand. I'm a little confused as to why he put this down or up here in his main base as opposed to on the low ground, especially considering he has these Marauders and he's going to be looking to be aggressive. So it looks like these units will actually meet out in the middle here. Bunker about to finish up, so that should be helpful against these Marauders. Marine going to get in, he's going to see these Marauders, and he's going to get out very quickly. Run home, help me, save me. And in the meantime, sorry, we do have double refinery, which has been pumping for a little bit here for Eleni, so I'd imagine this is a factory right now going down. Yep, there we go, factory now going down, and fast stim actually right there for BGG, so he's not really going to be able to time anything up with this from the looks of it. Like, he doesn't have too many units. He's going to go ahead and push up with these Marauders right here, staying around a little bit too much, I feel like. Gonna try and snipe a Marine possibly, and trying to stutter step these Marauders back, when actually I think he could have just run away right there. So a little bit of a blunder, I feel like, from BGG. Eleni definitely takes advantage of that by pulling those Marines out. No Marines actually die right there. 2 of them have like 1 health left, or 5 health, whatever it is. And Eleni is now sitting there working down at his second base. A scan does go down here for our player BGG. And is the starport scene? Yes, it is, thanks to the nice, nifty yellow arrows right there to indicate where the scan is. I love all these little things that they've added in Heart of the Swarm. It makes it a lot easier to see. And a tech lab, of course, being added now. And if he moves into tank production, look at all that gas, wow. If he moves into tank production, you have to remember, siege mode is also gone And they also took out the Thor's ability, strike cannons, which I forget exactly what it was called, but something strike cannons. So now with adding tanks, he has a faster siege mode. He could possibly go and do something. And what is BGG doing? He's now taking his expansion. He's adding down extra barracks, adding down this starport right here. Maybe get medevacs, banshees. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because he has an interesting composition. And these Marines now going to give a little chase. Stim has finished for our player BGG right here. But he doesn't have anything to really use it. I mean, he has 4 Marauders and a Marine. He's getting double bunkers right here to be defensive, but the tank's already out. We have a medevac on the way right here, and I would definitely say Alini's going to look to do some sort of pressure. At the very least, he could siege up down here, possibly start hitting the supply depot, hit the bunker or the barracks, hit the starport, stuff like that. Just go for some of that play, and then do some elevator right there. So I think that'd be a great thing that we could see after Alini. And then of course, adding on additional barracks and stuff, just macroing up back home, making sure that he can spend all of his resources. Still has a lot of gas, and still I don't believe has any upgrades for his Marines. Nope, no upgrades, no stim, no combat shield, no nothing. So just sitting on very, very, very little upgrades, and just now getting an engineering base. So here he is going to go ahead and do some elevator play. He's going to be dropping, and is BGG going to see this? Yep, there we go. Now he does. So he's going to finally come over here to react. This supply depot should go down. We'll have to see how many units BGG is going to be losing. And Alini right here is going to charge in at the tank. So 2 shots going to go off. This tank almost fired right there. It turned to fire, and then it lost sight, I do believe. And I think Marine... Oh, poor guy. A Marine tried to run up into the base and unfortunately just got blasted to bits. So now Viking has been added. Another tank. Alini's continuing to just add to this army. 2 tech labs going down actually right here. So he might get double upgrades right here. Stim, combat shields, I'd imagine. And just so much gas right now he has to spend. So he could definitely start getting upgrades. There's a +1. There is stim. And I'd imagine combat shields coming down shortly. Maybe. We'll see if he gets combat shields a little bit later. But third base has been started over here. So going to go ahead and continue to get that macro. A Marauder tearing something apart right there. I'm not sure what exactly just got blown up, but there's it's blood, so I'm imagining it's a bio unit. Thing got murdered, and a drop coming in for BGG, but I think he ran right by the tower vision, and Alini's going to be running home. It's going to take him a while still, though, to get all the way back up into his base. There is a Viking over here, though, and BGG going to be looking to go in. Going to use the Ignite Afterburners upgrade, which allows those medevacs to be so fast. And now he's going to look to do a little bit of damage. He does have stim here, and just now we're going to see Alini's army get back in to really do enough damage. And the medevacs are falling. Both medevacs do fall, so these units just going to try and do as much damage as they can. Going to pick off a tank right there. Good focus fire from BGG, but it looks like Alini will be able to clean this up and doesn't lose too much, I don't feel like. So I think in the end, Alini was actually okay in defending that. But wow, those medevacs moved fast. Did you see that? That Ignite Afterburners is nice. And that's free. That's a free upgrade. You don't even have to grab that. It just comes with the medevacs. That makes drops a lot more effective. So second factory has been added here for BGG. Looks like and third factory, looks like he might be moving into some sort of mech style, but he's doing a mix actually from what it looks like. He's going for a mech bio combination right here. Alini in the meantime looking to once again go for this elevator play. Where's that scan at? There it is. Just checking to see if he has a third. Sees he does right there. And he's going to go ahead and siege up down here on the low ground and load up and go ahead and drop right on into the main base. And there's not much over here for BGG. Everything is down, defending at the natural, and Alini just going to get in, pick off the tech lab, halt any sort of tank production that would be coming out of that factory. Medevac might go down right there. No, the Viking does fall instead, but Alini still has a lot of forces right here. If he chooses to stim forward, he can do some decent damage. The tanks are unsieged. Gonna pick off a free tank right there. Now the tanks do siege up though, so Alini does need to be careful. And where is he going to go with this? Picks off a Viking, looking to try and pick off a second one, and it's just instead gonna go ahead and try and run back here, but there's enough tanks. It looks like a tank in the main mineral line, and then another one over here that all of those Marines do get totaled. So a decent trade for BGG right there, I feel like, with the tank placement. He just he got all of those tanks sieged up in great positions, and the Marines just got absolutely slaughtered, forcing Alini back. Alini still does have a little advantage, of course, as he does have his third base up. Has a fourth base already underway, and BGG just now taking his third. But beyond that, I mean, BGG just has so much money banked up. He just needs to spend his money. Spend it. Look how many facilities need to be spending. So tanks, he's got Hellions, maybe some, are they called Firebats? Hellbats. Hellbats, that's the unit. Oh, he needs an army for that. Can you morph it? No. Okay, so I think that's a new change as well. Maybe not in the latest patch. Oh, so he just finished his armory. But apparently you need an armory to morph into Hellbat mode or build Hellbats out of your factories right there. So that's kind of cool as well. And yeah, so he has this combination, and now he's adding a reactor onto his barracks. So he's just going to continue with this sort of Marine tank Hellion Marauder style. Just going up against straight Marine tank, which is a little bit more Wings of Liberty style right here by Alini. And Alini looking to go ahead and bust down this third base, as BGG does not have any clue where his army is right now. So I'd imagine he's just going to take down these rocks. And BGG, yeah, he's just patrolling over here. He has no clue that this is coming out here. So this could be very deadly. The last thing BGG wants is to lose this third base. He definitely wants this secured. Scan goes down, does see the army. There's a couple of Hellbats that just get added in. Gonna go ahead and stim forward, and just now a scan does go down by BGG, and it's a little too late, and there goes the third base. That definitely hurts, as he doesn't even have an additional third base being built. There we go. So he does just now. About 20 seconds in, and Alini says, you know what, I'm very satisfied with that kill. I'm going to go ahead and back off. And five more barracks being added on. So he is definitely just back and forth with this mech bio sort of composition. The difficulty, of course, is that upgrades, which he doesn't have any for any of his units, could be a little troublesome. But I mean, maybe this will be some sort of Wings of Liberty new, or Heart of the Swarm new sort of style, where you have to kind of mix these in, or maybe you get Hellbats with your bio from now on, or something like that. In the meantime, though, what do we see for our player Alini? We see a fusion core going down. Additionally, 3 starports being added on. So Alini is looking to move into battle cruisers, which I absolutely love that. One, because battle cruisers are awesome to see. That's also a cool little morph. But additionally, because look at this composition. He has Hellbats, he has Hellions, he has tanks, he has Marauders, he has Medevacs, and he has 7 Marines. So what do you think is good against a completely ground fighting force? Well, maybe if you get some battle cruisers, you will absolutely dominate it. And it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. And BGG is going to be in a little bit of trouble if he does not scout this, which I don't think he has. No, he has not. He has no clue about that whatsoever. So, oh, and some Hellions going to try and get in here and burn away a couple SCVs. Not going to get anything there, and the Planetary Fortress is going to pick up a couple kills of its own. So Alini now basically maxed out at this point, possibly going to be looking to do some damage, adding turrets all around his base here to prevent any sort of drops, even adding them inside. So just in case they use the Ignite Afterburners, the inner turret will then kill it off. And yet again, going to go after this third base, just going to stim forward to try and pick it off. I completely support this decision because you know what, he's maxed out at this point, but he doesn't get it. And it's falling in health. He needs to get his SCVs to repair. BGG, please go repair. Marines dying at this point, and here come the SCVs. 12 health. Got it down to 12 health before he backed off right there. So it looks like a little bit of a position has been established here by Alini. We'll have to see if he's going to continue forward with this or back off. He does unsiege everything and goes ahead to back off, and in the meantime adding in 3 more battle cruisers, which of course is a great decision. That's probably why he went in and traded some of those Marines freely, because behind that he was just going to go ahead and add on some stronger tier 3 units at that point. Also going to go ahead and start his +2 armor, maybe get a +3 soon. He does have +1 ship weapons on the way, and then of course you have to remember that ship plating is the same for all of the, and it's right there being upgraded, it's the same for both air and ground. So his tanks will get the plating as well as his battle cruisers. That's also a Heart of the Swarm change. which I feel like is reasonable, because it definitely made it difficult for Terran players when they would switch into their tier 3. All of a sudden they would have no upgrades whatsoever. However, and originally what they had in the beta was they had it where both the upgrades were the same for both ground and air, and that was so strong. You would have just this massive mech army, and then it'd be all like tank Thor, blah blah, and then you'd switch up into battle cruisers and everything, and it would just be super strong. So battle cruisers now going to be marching forward to go ahead and do some damage right here. And you have to remember, not only are these battle cruisers pretty strong, but they're up against very low upgrade marines. So these marines are trying to do some damage, gonna get a few shots in there, but battle cruisers of course have 550 health. I do believe that's the most health of any unit whatsoever. And now we're going to see Eleni move these tanks up here into a better position, so just in case marines do decide to push forward and try and do some damage to these battle cruisers, they will get blasted by the tanks. And of course the tanks can just poke away at, or the battle cruisers can just poke away at all the tanks. In the meantime, command center heaven, basically right over here, has been thrown down as he adds on 4 more. He adds on a couple more bases additionally. I mean, this is what you want to do. You just want to macro up like no other. And here we're going to see a little bit of a press forward actually here by BGG, and this is going to be enough for Eleni to say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and march in. The tank spread is great for BGG though, but you have to remember that once all of these marines die off, there's really not much to attack these battle cruisers. We just see a couple of Vikings right there, and the battle cruiser is using some Yamato cannons, going to go ahead and take out most everything. And this is all just ground force. There's only, what, 3 marines left right there. He pulls them back, tries to group them up with the rest, but now the battle cruisers are just going to go ahead and tear apart all of these tanks. They have the 1-1 upgrades now, and now they're just going to go straight for the marines. The marines might get this one battle cruiser down. Still taking forever to kill that, so it looks like it will fall. But I mean, more battle cruisers are being added on. Eleni's in a great position, just tearing away every marine with this 1 BC here. And these poor marines, I mean, how would you feel if you were a little marine with an assault rifle firing up at this capital ship right here? So a couple more Vikings do get added on. That should be enough to probably take down this battle cruiser right there. And yep, it finally will fall. BGG going to try and establish a little bit more defense. But we see Eleni going to continue with the pressure to start pushing up at this 3rd base. We do see that BGG has taken a 4th over here, a little bit hidden, so I don't think our Terran player Eleni sees that. No, he does not. But regardless, he's going to push in yet again, take out the 3rd base, which is not what BGG wanted whatsoever. And now he's going to be losing some SCVs as well. So BGG in a very tough position. Lots of command centers over here, not yet morphed into more orbitals. I imagine that's the next phase for Eleni, but I mean, BGG, what can he really do at this point? He can probably just try and drop some mules over here. His army supply has dwindled. He's just about mined out of his natural, is mined out of his main. And here come more battle cruisers to just continue wrecking all of the supply of BGG right here. And these units are trying to do whatever they can, but it's 1-1 Marines versus 1-2 battle cruisers. 3 battle cruisers at that, and that is going to be it. GG as Eleni marches in from all sides and takes game number 1 for Ernst Young. So they're going to go up 1-0, and I will see you guys over with my co-caster Laughing Man in game number 2.